Welcome to the course for PowerShell scripting and automation for SQL Server database administration. Today and in this session, we are going to learn about the professional way of writing the PowerShell script. And of course, this class is totally for the SQL Server database administration. So I have already explained multiple of a script, like how you can go and how you can develop the script for the daily DBA task. But many student has already completed this course and they are able to write the script for the SQL Server. But I am seeing like many student, once they will develop and they will come back to me, the way how they are writing, it is not the professional way. Because why I'm creating this video, because whatever course I have already published, like in Udemy, PowerShell scripting and automation for SQL Server DBA. Even one more course is PowerShell for HTML or health check report for SQL Server daily DBA task. These two courses, and in this courses, just I have tried to explain how you can start writing the PowerShell script. But it is not like professional way. I have not explained. Professional way is, we are going to discuss what are the professional way, and you should have to add this everything in your script. Just we will go one by one. So this class is not belongs to like how you will develop the script. This is, I am thinking you guys already know the PowerShell for the SQL Server, how to develop any PowerShell script. And of course, this class is for the SQL Server. So always I will talk like developing the script for the SQL Server, or you can say the database administrator for performing the operation. Okay, so first point is avoiding using the same variable again and again. I have seen the many people, once they are developing the code, they are using the same variable name again and again. That is not good. And people, if you are thinking like, if you are going to use the more variable, so it is going to acquire the more memory, so it is not a correct. Okay, so you can go and you can don't use same variable multiple of time in your program, because it will create the problem. And when you are debugging your program, then it is very difficult, and dry run will also not work in this scenario. If your programming is small, then maybe it's easy, but complex program, it is very difficult. So whatever thing you want to declare only one time for the one variable. Don't use the same variable again and again in your program. Declaring the same variable again, no need. Only one time you declare, it will work. Coming to the next is your use capital letter for the global variable and local variable in the small character. So first you understood what is the global variable and what is the local variable. I will not go into the more deeper, but I will explain to the brief. Global variable is you can use anywhere in your programming, like your environmental variable, that is called as a global variable. As example, like error or something you want, like version name, these are the called as your global variable. And in the global variable, you can use anywhere in your programming. And local variable having their own scope. So if within that scope, it is only going to be work. Otherwise, it is not going to work. So this is just a brief thing I have given you. But if you want, I will create a big video on local global variable and local variable. So here what will be happen? Don't otherwise, if you, here what happen, if you are going to declare your variable, a local variable or global variable in the same way, then programmer, or if you are, if anybody, you have written it but somebody is going to write that corrected your script, or just thinking it in the same other way, like you have developed your program and you left the organization, next again some other person is coming, he has to modify your script. It is very difficult for them to understood what is this variable. So it should be if you are going to follow one rule where the capital letter you are going to give for the global variable, what is going to be happen easily, that person will able to understood uh, this is the global variable, so he will not touch that, and local variable should be in the small letter. Third point I want to discuss here, that all variables should be declare in one place. I have seen like many places, many people who is declaring the variable in anywhere, like he just beginning he has declared the variable, and he started some program and he created the function. After that again he is required, again he declare it. That is not good. You go in the one place only, you declare the all variable, because what is going to be happen, this helps the programmer to analyze your program. So easily he will understood which are the variable has to be declared and which are the variable is already declared. Coming to the next point is the ping the server. Okay, ping the server, write a logic. If server is not able to ping or server is not accessible, it has to come out from loop and write into the log file. Of course, log file we will discuss later. So first, if you are writing any program, so your first part should be first ping the server. If the server is not able to pingable, it should not has to enter in your logic. Directly it has to come out of your loop and display the result like server is not accessible, or it has to be right into your log file like this server is not accessible. Like if you want to perform the some activity, like you want to find out this database is available into the you have the 100 of server and you want to search like in which server this database is available. So there is two things. One is that server has to be available, then second is your SQL Server instance has to be available. So first work is to ping your server, whether server is accessible, then only you go and search for your database, or search for, you can here implement one more logic, check the server is accessible, check SQL, then after that next is check the SQL Server is accessible. So there is a multiple of ways is there how to ping, how to check, or how to check my SQL Server is whatever list I have given, in that list SQL is available or not, or somebody is giving wrong server name, right? So that time again it will be not able to ping. So this has all information has to be right into the log file, like this server is not ping capable, or this SQL Server is not available. So then only goes inside the loop. If this condition is passed, then only you go and perform your logic. Next part is always try to generate the log file which will be capture the success or failure information. Any programming, if you are developing as a professional way, or in your professional, so your log file must has to be generated. If you will run your SQL Server is not SQL, sorry, your PowerShell script, it has to generate the log file, and log file has the all information about your logic, about your which are the parameter you are passing, how the successfully it's completed. Like if you have like 1,000 lines of code, so you can add the timestamp also there, like in this time this are it is enter into this loop and it's performed this work, then again into it's went to the other, and or otherwise if you will see my a lot of programming which I have developed, I have given into the function wise, right? So in the same program I have used like 10 function, so there you can implement this kind of logic also. Like if this function has been implemented, it has to write into the logic this executing this work, or this loop, whatever performing you are doing, right? So always, and if it is success means success information, or if it is failed means why it is failed. Just example, like if you are creating any take the database backup, right? So it has to check that which database you are passing from your parameter to take the backup. So it has to check that the database available or not. If it is available, it has to write database checking it is available. So then PowerShell is doing to take the database backup. Or if it is the database not available, it has to write like database is not available. So that is the error. So like that, it has to be go. So while reading the log file, it should be everything will be clear. And while somebody is reading your log file, easily he have to understood like where it is failure is happen, which loop it is going to fail your script, so etc. So of course this kind of thing become once you will do the practice. Anyhow, multiple of things I have explained in my course, but many things you have to perform. It is not like whatever if you'll go to this course so you will become the expert. No, you have to put your own effort, you have to work, you have to go to the courses also, you have to go to the books also or Google also. So first is no then only you will able to do this kind of work, whatever I have written here, 16 point. So coming to next is always try to generate the log file which will be capture the success or failure information. Coming to next is pass multiple of parameter from single configuration file. So this is also very, very important. Don't create multiple of file for passing the parameter. Just example, if you want to take the database backup, which thing is important? The important is your server name, then which types of backup you want, where you want to save the database backup, what are the database name what are the database you want to take. So this all information you have to pass, right? Then only you will able to take the database backup. So just an example, like this are the 4 parameter which one you have to pass if you want to take the database backup. So this all information has to be passed from the single configuration file. No, you should not have to generate multiple of. So single pass multiple of parameter you have to pass using the single configuration file. Next is like if you are generating any HTML reports or you are generating any report, so that should be in the color coding. So just you can see here, I will go and I will tell you like this is the disk space report, right? So now you can see that I'm giving into the some 3 different color, like this is a warning, satisfactory and critical. If the free space is less than like 30%, it has to be like in critical state. So if it is more than 70%, then satisfactory, or if it is less than 50% and more than 30%, so it will go under the warning state. So that kind of logic I have implemented. So if you want to send this report as a HTML page into the email, or otherwise you want to generate as a statement attachment if you want to send, so this HTML report always has to be there in the color coding format. So that is good. Or otherwise if you want to generate something called backup report, which are the backup is not happening every day, or otherwise you can say which are the databases failed, or you want to go with the health check of the report, you can go in my course. There is a lot of HTML report I have generated. So this all should be into the color coding. Coming to next means okay, come to the next point is there should be proper spacing into the whole program. This is really very, very important. I have seen the many people, they will develop the program, but they will not write the proper way. Means if loop, and inside the if loop if they are writing the logic, so this bracket and all, they will confuse it. So it is very difficult for you itself. Even you will write down, and if your programming is become very, very bigger, right? So what will be happen, you will not able to understood yourself only where I am missing my bracket, right? So that is very, very difficult. So always go in the so what I will tell you, always use the .NET++ for writing your code. So it is very easy, or otherwise some tricks is also there, you can see here. So here whenever you will see the this box, so meaning of this means this is the loop. So if you are going to click here, so this everything will be go. So inside that everything is coming, right? So that is the one thing is there. Uh, so if I will miss this one, if I have removed this bracket, curly bracket from here, right? I'm not able to. So you can see. So this time what happened? So it is directly you will able to see. If I'm going to click here, right? So it is going to directly, it is going to display this loop is belongs to here, right? So else loop is like red color is coming here. So if I will click here, automatically it is going to display. these things, right? And one more thing, it will create one line also, like you can see the straight line. So what will be going to happen, easily you will understood this if loop is here to here, between that, else loop is between this to this, right? So it is very easy you to understood. So now you can see one more thing, right? Sorry, so I'm going here, so you can see this is also very simple thing. I have written if loop, inside if loop again there is one more if loop, inside this again one more if loop. So it will come into the triangular format, right? So you can see, so and it is easy to understood also, right? If means if I will click here, it is saying here to here there is one loop, and after that here is the else loop, right? If I will click here, so where it is going to close, it is going to close only this part, right? This part, it is not going to close the else part. So the programming full logic is here to here, right? Else is going to close this much. So you will able to, if I'm going to click here, if here it is there, so if I'm going to click means this to this, it is going to close it. And same thing, if you are going to copy from here to PowerShell, there also you will see something like this. So you can see if I'm going to click just here, if I will put my cursor in this place, you can see some bluish line has been highlighted here. So the meaning of this means your scope of this if is between this to this. So people will do always, you can see it now, right? And people will do this kind of mistake always, even they will itself they will miss, and it's very difficult for them to figure out where they have missed the bracket or curly bracket like that. Okay, coming to the next part, which one I want to discuss, this is the comment. So you already know how you can you will able to comment the program. Comment the program means just it is just hash, right? If you're going to put hash means it is nothing but it will known as your comment. So comment means it will commenting is very important in programming. Even it's don't have any relation between your in your logic or in your program, but it's very important to defining your logic, right? If you are, whenever, just example I will go now. So I'm taking this example as this only, this is space report, right? So now you can see I have not declared anything in this in my program, right? So the logic, if somebody is going and reading this whatever I have written, it is very difficult for them, right? So till here it is a style declaration is there, right? So even you can comment it, like you can give your hash and something you can write what it is doing. So below command is for what? It is for HTML declaration, right? Something like that. So you can go down, what is happening here, right? Whenever I am dividing by 1 GB, it is just converting 1 GB to MB to GB, right? So you can write the logic like this part is all divided by 1 GB means we are converting MB to GB like this. What is this? You can just declaration of the empty array. So you can give this. And what is this logic I have written here? We are just matching this statement. So you can write just matching the statement. So easily if somebody will come and you only have to debug your program, so easily you will understood where I'm missing it, right? So always try to comment in this way, right? Come to the next point now. Adding the timestamp inside the log file, inside the log file, and log file name must be in some format. Okay, whenever you are generating your log file, so your log file must be having that naming convention, and the naming convention suffix should be your timing. So if you will see, like in your SQL Server, whenever you are generating your database backup, so what will be happen? It should be server name and database name, like master database, master underscore. It will be having like date, month, year, no, year, month, date, minute, second, millisecond, like that, some format. So you have to use that format. And if you are generating the log file, inside the log file, you have to use the timestamp, means what work your PowerShell was doing at what time. Okay, so next is try to use registry level of information. So why it is very, very important registry level, why I have added, like just if somebody will asking you, like tell me the how you will find out SQL Server version. So easily it is, you can directly say at the rate of version, we are going to run to the SQL Server and you will get the result. But how SQL Server is finding it, right? SQL Server is going under the registry, and inside the registry there will be some parameter is there. Inside that it is going inside some folder, and inside the folder there will be some instance level of information. Inside the instance level of the information, it is written here some version, right? Which version it is. So what is your work to, if it is possible, try to redirect the registry. Some of the time what happen, like no, your information will not come correctly, right? So if it is possible, try to just no, go through the instance level of not instance, registry level of information, try to fetch. Coming to next is create function inside your script, but don't create unused function or variable. So so whatever you are writing, your logic, right, is please put into the function, and always try to call the function. Don't write the same logic again and again. Just if you have to take the database backup, so that logic will be only one, right? Or otherwise if you have to generate the your backup file name or log file name, so logic will be only one. Whenever you want, you can just call the function, right? Otherwise if you have to write into the log file, right, so writing the log file, the logic will be little bit bigger, right? So what you have to do, you have to just declare one function there, and with the variable, right, with the parameter. So just you pass the parameter and call that function. So like that logic has to be implemented. So these things, if you are the new one, so you will not understood. So but if you are already know the PowerShell, so easily you will understood what I am saying. Because I told you in the beginning only, I'm assuming who is watching this video, he already know the PowerShell basics, and he know how to develop the PowerShell, how to merge the PowerShell for the SQL Server. So, so if you don't know the PowerShell, first go and learn the basic, then only you will understood whatever I am talking. And if you are the SQL Server DBA, and you can go and you can buy this course. If you still, if you have not bought, so I will going to share with you in that description. You can directly click on the link and you can buy this course. Is very, very important. Very soon I am going to launch my professional way of writing the PowerShell script, and then you can go and you can see that in the organization how you have to write this script. Because in this course, just I have explained about not basics. Basic I have not, it is an intermediate level of things, like to write the SQL your PowerShell script for the SQL Server, but not into the professional way. So but no, again I will develop one, but this is also very, very important. So if you know this how to do it, this is going to become very, very useful for you. Okay, so coming to the next thing, create function, this is done. Coupling should be avoided. So what is the meaning of this? Means coupling means it is same as your pipeline. So pipeline, how we are doing, we are taking the output of one variable and passing as a input for the other in the pipe, the same way we have seen it, right? Even I have created the video into this also in this course, how the pipeline is going to work. Okay, so you can go and you can watch, or otherwise lot of video is available for the pipeline piping. So piping, what we are not writing the big program in the single line only, we are just doing the pipe. I'm taking the output of this, passing to the input for other one using the pipe symbol. But it is very, very difficult when you want to debug your program. So what my suggestion is, don't use pipeline always, or for the big like 3 4 5 6 pipeline into the same line, don't use. Try to use like one line, then others would be in different, like that. So in the single line, don't use multiple of pipeline. So please avoid this. Okay, so so then only you will able to write very easy way for this one. Because this is going to produce some ripple effect, right? And debugging is also very, very tough if you have if you are using the piping or coupling in your program. So next is first plan, then check the logic, after come to the typing. The meaning of this means planning is very very important for the any developer, or if for any developer, if you or anything you want to develop, right? Planning means first you have to think what you want to do, right? Please write into that page, right? Draw the flow chart, like if yes it is going to be happen, where it has to go, if no it is going to happen, what it has to do, and what you want to do. That is very very important. So first you write what is your requirement and how you want to implement it. Once everything will be done, then go and start typing it. I have seen the many student, my student itself, they have started the typing the program. After that they confuse. So it is not, first you go, think it, plan it, develop it in your notebook. Take the pen and your page, and there you try to write down. I'm not saying the code, write down the logic. Okay, first it has to perform the backup, second it has to do this work whenever so first means check that all database name and all, check the database availability, check the server is available or not. After that, if it is fail, where it has to go, it has to exist from the loop. So like that all logic. Okay, it has to take the, then it has to verify, like it has to take the full backup or differential backup, what I am passing from the parameter. According to that, it has to go to the loop and perform the operation. So like that. uh, okay, so next is try to implement the logic that can fix the human error automatically. What is the meaning of this means, whenever you are passing the parameter from your configuration file, right? So just example, I will take the backup example only for taking the database. You required server name, right? First thing. Then you require database name, either the single database or you want multiple of database. So multiple of database, you are giving the all database 1, 2, 3, 4 and separating by the comma. Sometime what happen, if the comma is you have given one space and after that comma, what will happen? It will be treat as that also as a character, right? And maybe it is not able to find out by the PowerShell. Okay, or otherwise two times you have written the same database name, right? Just second example, two times means nobody will take the two times of the same database backup, right? So what will going to happen? That is the error, right? Two times the backup is going to be happen. So what you have to do, you have to match these things before only. Okay, if the two times somebody has written the backup database name, so it has one, has to be, it should be unique, right? Second thing, if somebody has written the full differential and log backup, you basically there is three types of backup, right? In the SQL, full differential and your log backup. But somebody is writing full full three times, he has typed L. So what happened, that is the wrong, right? And if it is goes for the backup, so it is not going to be happen, right? So first you match whatever I am passing, it should be full, it should be differential, or it should be log. If somebody is passing something different, right, so it is not going to be taken by the PowerShell. It will be go and it will be right into the log file. Please correct your this one, your whatever value you are entering, that way. Or otherwise somebody has given the space or somebody has given the next line, so it has to be removed by automatically. That also I am going to explain you once I am going to launch my new course in the Udemy, or otherwise YouTube also I am going to post very soon, where you can fix human error by itself, right? So coming to the next, okay, next is do not learn the program, try to develop your own logic. So this is very very important. Here, don't go, even you can see in this course I have given that more than 200 scripts, right? So don't go and don't write those scripts. Don't by head those scripts. Just see how I have developed, right? Even there is the, even if you are going to do the more practice, if you are going to learn more, even you will able to develop this script no very nice way, right? So that's why, so don't implement, just try to understood how I have developed. Apply your mind, maybe you will able to write this in the very less code. You will able to develop this in the one more good way. Okay, and next is add header and footer into the code. What is the meaning of this means when you are starting, you're writing the script, right? So this all has to be added like this. This one, if I am writing the script, PowerShell script. So beginning, I will give this, right? Script name. What is my script name? Author means who is going to, which person who has started developing this script, right? Because later, no. And next is purpose, means what this script will do. Configuration file, whether this script is required the configuration file or not. You can give how you can run this script, whether open the note or open the PowerShell and directly you want to run the PS1 file, or you have to schedule the job only for this. So it is depend, right? You want to automate this PowerShell script. So either you can go with the task scheduler or you can go the SQL Server agent. So how you have to create the job, or how you have to add into the task scheduler. So these things you have to write down. And down is, you can see this one, I have given the date. I'm sorry, it is should be 24, and just example. So this is the year 24, fifth month what I have developed. So this is the 12th month whatever I have developed. So this is like any script will be, if you are going to develop any script, right? So what is going to be happen, day by day you have to do some modification. Maybe this time you have developed something, later after some month your Microsoft has done some changes, right? So according to that you have to change in your script, or some more logic you have to implement. Maybe first you have written the script for finding some information from the SQL Server. Later somebody is telling, I want this information has to be sent into the email. Then again you have to modify the script. So next version, once you are releasing, you can write here, these are the things you have added, right? So please follow this 16 steps, 17 steps whenever you are trying to develop your PowerShell script. And of course, I'm here releasing that all video related to SQL Server only. If you have any doubt, you can just email me on this PowerShell 4 is numeric 4 sqldba@gmail.com. Or otherwise, if you have any doubt, you can call me on my number. Once you are going to send me any message in this email address, I'm going to provide you my mobile number also. Or otherwise, if you're going to buy my course from here, easily you will get my number. And you have to just ping me on WhatsApp. I'm going to schedule the one-on-one classes with you if you are not understanding any script, right? So please, and guy, it is a request for you, if you are if you want to learn the PowerShell script for the SQL Server DBA, please go and buy this course. Link has been given into a description. Thanks for watching this video. Thank you so much. We will come again, and again I will come with the something new for you. Thank you so much. Good night.